I'm Will.
And I'm Steven.
And this is the Post P Chronicles. So, Steven, what do we have today?
We're like, what do we have? Where are we today? Today, we're on location. If you can't see the beautiful rainy background of the rainforest in Uganda with a very special, once-in-a-lifetime guest, James. How are you?
What's up, Jimmy?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're fantastic. So, over here at Post P Chronicles, we like to get to know people, especially people who have experienced the things that you've experienced. But before we get to what you've experienced, let us get to know who you are. So, Jimmy, tell us where you're from.
I'm called Okema Jimmy. I'm from Uganda.
What part of Uganda?
Sorry?
What part of Uganda are you from?
I'm from northern part of Uganda.
Okay. And how was it growing up in northern part of Uganda?
Actually, we stay with my mom and the father. We are 9 kids in the family.
9 kids.
We are 5 boys and 4 girls. Then I'm the second born in our family.
Wow. So how was it? Was it tough growing up in northern Uganda with 9 kids?
Northern Uganda, by previous time from 2001, wasn't easy. We've been having a war in 2001. That war was not long ago, when I was still young. From 1993, the war was already there, the Corn War.
So what's it like growing up in a war?
We have been in the camp, like UN. The government of Uganda, the government, has been collecting people from the village. They give people food, like UN has come to help people. So as our family, we joined camp. It's called Pajule camp in Pade district. So we joined camp from 2001 up to 2007.
So for those of you who don't know what he's talking about, he says the camp and the UN was...
The camp is like when the war is there in the village, deep village, not like town. So the rebel used to arrest the younger kids, like from example, 15 years or 12 years, a boys and a girl. So they arrest them to go and join them to become their part of the army. So that they also work hard for this government of Museveni. So the other rebel is called LRA. The leaders was called Joseph Kony. So we have been loss of their life. People lose their life, and people lost their property, and people were suffering for almost 25 years in northern Uganda.
So growing up in a refugee camp, UN help, there's war going on. How did you get to where you are today? What was the next steps? Were you going to school? Did you go to the university? What did you do?
For me, I've been also trying to work hard when I already 15 years. I know myself. I used to work myself. I go and do small work like pottering. So I pay myself. Sometimes my father's got accident. The hand was cut.
Your father's hand was cut off? Yeah. How did he lose his hand?
So one day, I remember, in 2009, people came to collect some soil. So my father went to go and work and carry the soil from the down, put in the truck. So when they are coming back home, so that road was not a good road, just a road which people make in the village. So the truck used to hit the father hand on the tree when they reach on where mango was 1112 in the road. So the driver lost some control. So they almost falling down, but unfortunately they did not fall. But the father got accident like that.
So I'm sorry to hear that. So you came out here to where you're at right now.
Me, I joined the industry of cooking in 2014. I started my catering in Uganda National Tourism Hotel in Gingers. The hotel is called Created Crane. So I studied diploma in catering. Then I joined some hotel in Gulu, in northern Uganda, Gulu City. It's called Bomas Hotel. In 2019, I was a sous chef. Then I work in Churchill Court. I work in Bomas from 2019-2020. Then 2021 to 2022, I joined another hotel in Gulu. Because Bomas Hotel is the biggest hotel in northern Uganda.
Now, I have a question real quick. The hotel industry in Uganda is a very desired job, right? If you're working in the hotel and restaurant industry, it's a good job, right?
Yeah, of course, if you like the job, if you have the love for that job. Because nowadays, Uganda, they are building very many hotels. Every year, a new hotel is coming. So most people nowadays, they're also studying the work of hotel. Because there are some work in hotel, whether you did not study, you can do some part of the job in hotel. That's why nowadays, we Uganda, we are also struggling to do some work in hotel.
So you got a job in the hotel, but it's in the hotel where your story for Post P began. So tell us what happened to you in the hotel that sent you to prison.
Of course, yeah. In 2018, on April, I was working in a hotel. So we are few in that hotel. The number of staff, we are not enough to do the work. So the work was not easy for us. The hotel was a new hotel. We had just started, but we worked like almost 1 year. But the boss wasn't an easy man, doesn't want to add for us some stuff. So I've been working as a chef. Some part I work at night as a receptionist. So in 2018, on April, on 27, I got a problem with my colleagues. For me, I joined morning shift. I started work at 7 because we are two chefs. So by that day, the girl I used to work with her wasn't come in that morning shift. So I'm the one used to work as a receptionist. So on that day, I make 7 million. The guys who sleep in the room, all the money total money I made on that night, from morning up to 9 at night, I made 7 million.
The hotel.
In the hotel, yeah, Uganda ceiling. So me myself, as we arrange ourselves, I don't go with the company money home. After I work, I also, with my colleagues come, I present the money I made. This is the money I made for today. I hand it to him, hand over to the person who is coming. So I handed that 7 million to the lady who came to replace me at 9. Then I handed him, even the askari used to keep the gate. I used to call him as the way boss agree with us. If we have handover, we have to call the askari. Yes.
When you hand over the money, you call Scotty and let Scotty know as well.
Yes.
And you told Scotty.
Yeah, to confirm.
Right.
So I called the askari to confirm the money. 7 million, I hand it to the girl. I leave. I go and rest home. Then in the morning, the boss came and asked for the money we made. Because the boss himself used to come and collect his money. Right. Not a manager, not over the accountant. So the money wasn't there when the boss came. The boss asked me, when I joined the morning shift again. Jimmy, where's the money? I said I handed the money to the ladies. And Askari was my witness. So Askari also, they called Askari to come at 10 in the morning. So the money wasn't there.
What did Scotty say?
Askari is a security. A security codes, people who take care of the around the place hotel.
Did Scotty say yes? He turned the money in.
Yes.
So Scotty agreed with you. You said you gave it to her. The lady says he didn't give me any money.
Yes, the lady said I did not give the money.
How are you feeling at that time when the money disappears?
I was feeling bad because I was in love with that boss. I love him because he was also taking care of me. Yeah.
And so what happens next? Because he loves you, you love him. So do they believe you over her or?
For me, as a worker, I joined the boss before I don't know him. He doesn't know me. So the boss decided if we do not bring the money out, he's going to take us to the prison. So I was trying to explain everything to the boss to understand me, my side. And then they call Askari also immediately. We sit down. 3 of us, 4 of us, we sit down, we ask ourselves, where's the money? And Askari said, you, my sister, Miss Azimi, called me at this time. He even handed money to you when I was seeing with my eyes. So from there, the lady was saying, he was leaving, he doesn't know who took the money. So Askari said, there's no one who came inside. There's no one who came inside the hotel. I'm the one who keep the gate. So the boss said, from there, if we are not bringing the money out, it's going to take us to the jail.
All 3 of you are going to jail or just?
Even Askari.
Even Scotty?
Yes. Because he said Askari is the one who know. If thief come from inside the hotel, why he did not arrest the thief?
So what happens next? Do you end up getting arrested?
Yeah, I'm arrested.
And so walk us through that. You got arrested and you go to jail, or do they send you straight to prison?
That very days, they take us to CPS, police station, for the case.
Right.
Yeah, we steal the money.
Right.
So when I joined the CPS, not prison, but the case is still in CPS. So they call me to explain why is the money. So for me, I don't know anything about police. I don't know anything about prison. So from there, I explain everything. So they have been recording what I've been talking, 11111. So from there, I sleep there on that very days. I found like 12 guys inside that room where they take me. After I reached there, they told me, you remove your shirt. I removed my shirt. Again, they said, you remove your shoes. I removed the shoes. When I was still there in the office, and the bell, I remove it, I leave it. And the walls, everything, I leave it that side. I went there in the room with only like this, and then my trouser. So from there, another days, the second days.
So they left you there. You stayed in the jail with no shirt, no shoes, and no belt. And they took your pants too?
They take my shoes also.
Just shoes, shirt, and belt. And left you with only pants in a cold cell for another day?
And then the second days, in the morning at 9, they call people, they call it morning parade. Morning parade, those big people in prison, in police, they call you one by one. Then if you have your someone who bring you in police, the complainer. If they call my name, the complainer is there, then they will come and talk. And you say, I'm Jimmy, yes, I'm here. Then they talk about you. Then you explain, is it true or is false? So even I was praying to God, I did not take the money, 7 million. After I stayed there like 5 days, then the 5 days, they took me to the court. From the court, the first day, very day, I joined court. Then the judiciary called my name. They called me, Mr. Jimmy is here. The complainer is around. The complainer wasn't around on that very day. So that very day, I did not talk anything because they asked me, did you steal the money? I said, no, I didn't ever taken the money. I don't know where the money is. That is what I was saying in the court. Then they told me, you sit down, you come back after 2 weeks in your court. So they immediately at 5 in the evening, they take me because people were very many also. They take me to the jail where people used to put on yellow in Uganda prison. Yeah. So in that day, I joined the prison at 5. Then from there, after I enter in the prison, inside, I was praying to God. God, if I took this money, if I did not take God, I know I am going to come out. I was praying myself. So I joined the prison that very day.
So tell us about your experience in the Ugandan prison. And what prison was this?
Gulu prison.
Gulu prison. Tell us your experience in Gulu prison.
In Gulu prison, I was staying in a new camp because we have 2 big buildings where they keep people who did very big, like people who kill people.
Bigger crimes.
Yes, big crime. So we have new site and old site. So old site is for small court or district court, those small crime. But new site is for big people who are having big crime. So me, I was staying in the old site where they took me. Then that very days, I joined the room I was staying, sleeping with the fellow staff in prison. I was sleeping in Ward 1, it's called Ward 1. The first day you join everyone, you have to join that ward. So from there, I got very many different people inside.
I have a question real quick. We were in a couple prisons these last few days, and they have up to 35 people in one small room. How many people were in your room that you slept in?
That room, we are 60. It was a big room. We are 60 people.
What were you sleeping on?
We don't have where to sleep. We have been sleeping in the ground.
Yeah, and the ground is cold cement.
Yeah,
so for most people, and when he says big room, it's probably not that big. It's probably 20 by 20, 30 by 30 feet.
Would this be considered a big room?
Yeah.
Yes.
So about 60 people in this room right here.
This hotel room.
In this hotel room.
And it's not that big.
On cold cement ground. Sharing one toilet.
Sorry?
How many restrooms?
Restroom, we have like 7 wards.
In the whole prison.
In the whole prison.
Now you're a chef. You're working at nice hotels in Uganda, and you're sleeping on a cold cement floor in a prison. How are you feeling?
For a crime that you did not do.
Of course, I feel bad myself. I look at myself where I am was not good. I feel bad totally.
Now, a lot of times when we go into prison, we talk about hope. Many people become hopeless. You're in there for a crime you did not do. You don't know if you'll ever get out because they did not find the money. Do you still have hope at this time?
Yeah, of course. I've been going in the court after 2 week. So in the court, after they take me, after another 2 week, I came to the court. So they called my name, the complainer come, then they will start talking. If they said, Jimmy, you talk, me, I speak my part. My complainer, like my boss, is also talk. So I don't have any witness because we are only 3 in that hotel on that day.
And Scotty's in jail with you.
Ascari was my witness, but Ascari also was in the jail.
Yeah, you can't have another criminal as your witness on the same case.
In the same case. So by that there, I came for the second time in court. So my boss explained he want the money, he want his money. So the court said, if you did not bring the money, you are going to stay in the prison. So I said, no, I did not took the money.
And real quick, for those who don't know, 7 million, how long would it take you to make 7 million yourself? How much to the average Ugandan is 7 million? How long would it take to make that money?
By that time, I was still young. It's going to be very hard for me to make 7 million because by that time I was working for only 300 Uganda shilling, 300,000.
300,000. And you make that over per day?
No, per month.
300,000 per month.
So it would have taken you a couple years to make
Yes.
7 million.
It take 1 year and some month.
And that's all of your money.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not exactly, okay, let me just pay it back. That is a lot of money. And if I just did the math, that's $1,300. But that's a lot of money in Ugandan shillings.
It's a lot of money. That from 300,000 a month. That's a couple years to make 2 years. 300,000, man. So you said, so
$79 a month.
$79 a month. So Jimmy, you're going to court. They said, bring us the money, but you can't bring the money because you haven't stolen the money. And so to me, I personally would be losing my mind. And especially in the circumstance you were in a prison, in a cell with 60 people sleeping on cold concrete. How was the food in there?
Okay. In prison, when I joined there, life wasn't easy. Everything was not easy for me because with the food we used to get in prison, it's not enough for my life. If I feel the way I was staying outside and the water I was eating in the prison. In that prison, they used to give us 1 teaspoon of bean.
1 teaspoon of beans.
Yes, which you can count 5 pieces of bean.
Now, do you eat that per day?
We eat lunch, then supper.
So 2 times per day.
Yeah.
5 beans.
Yes.
I would die.
I'm dying just hearing about it. Man. So you're losing hope, but you maintain the hope. What happens on your 60th day in jail, in prison, excuse me?
Yeah, I became tiring myself. I was not eating well.
At all?
And I lose all my mind. I was thinking my family every day. Then the work was not easy. They used to take us to work for some rich people outside. Right. If someone have his garden, or they take us as a prisoner to dig the garden. any someone else is let me say some big those work like building or work, making those sort of work. They used to take us to do those work, or we used to go and planting the maize for prison or removing the maize. We start at 7 or 6. We come back at 6 in the evening. You eat, you take water only one time.
So you working hard for 7 beans, for 7 beans a day. Now,
And one serving of water.
and 1 serving of water. But you do, because we're talking to you right now, so you do finally get out. How do you get out, Jimmy?
I was very happy. I was praying myself to God. I did not took that money. I was praying every day. So, me myself, I was even having a strong heart. I did not take the money. So, I remember when I finished 1 month and 2 weeks, I was supposed to go back in court again for the 4th time. So from there, they called my name. I'm called Okema Jimmy. Your name has come to go to another big prison. It's called Lugore. It's very big prison. I go and work there for 1 week.
What?
Because the transfer come, if your name come.
Your name is up, you got to go.
Yes, you have to go for another big prison.
And that was an even more terrible prison.
Yeah, that one is more terrible.
But you get out. How do you end up getting out?
To come out, that very day, my 4th time for the court, they called me. The boss used to call. He came to check on me in prison. So he said he found the money in the room staff where a lady used to sleep. Because we used to sleep in a hotel, but the receptionist, they give us some room where we used to sleep. For men, different. For women, they're different. So the girl used to put money down in the toilet where they pack so those rubbish in the toilet, and then he was sleeping this side. But that toilet he was not using. So he used to put money down in some boxes down. So one day the boss, when he called some people to come and remove those rubbish, he was there with those guys. So they got the money there.
So 60 days later, you're in prison. They find the money.
Yes.
And you're a free man now.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I was feeling bad.
Bad?
Yeah.
Why'd you feel bad?
Because I feel bad I stay in the jail.
Oh, okay. Y'all about to say, who you feeling bad for?
I'd be angry.
Be doing a dance.
So I feel bad because all the time I waste my time in the prison.
And you take care of your mom. I want people to understand that 60 days where you're eating beans and 1 cup of water, 5 beans to be exact, and you take care of your mother, your father, 2 little brothers, you're married, and you have a child.
By that time I have nothing to do because in prison you are like the cow which people used to grate. If they put you inside until they come and open you, then they take you out. So I did not get time to do anything.
To do anything, and you're the sole provider.
Yeah.
For all these people.
For my family.
But you're free now, Jimmy.
Yeah, right now.
You're free now.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, you're doing a lot better.
Yeah.
And you seem a lot happier.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, we're staying at the Maple Leaf Hotel, and Jimmy is our chef, and we are loving the food we're eating every day. You're doing a great job, Jimmy.
Thank you.
An amazing job. And Jimmy, so I just want to say thank you for telling the story, because I think people need to understand that we do this in America. We talk to people all the time, but now we're over here and everyone has a story. And, we went out, Jimmy took me out, we went clubbing, Jimmy, he showed me the Ugandan way, had a really good time, right? And it was then when we got to know each other and you got to tell me your story. And I appreciate you coming. I know Stephen appreciates you sharing your story with us and letting the world see kind of how it's done in Uganda, the prison, how it's done in Uganda. And it's terrible, which is why we want to continue to help and continue to minister and continue to give hope.
And supplies that they're severely lacking.
Definitely. So, Jimmy, we appreciate you and keep doing what you're doing, Jimmy. Keep being a great example of what a great Ugandan man is. Hardworking, good father, provider, and honest. Thank you.
So much, Jimmy.
So I'm Will.
And I'm Steven.
And this is the Post P Chronicles.